guys, take 3 for the Polaris discussion because we have a new guest. Say hello, John.
Hello, John.
And say hello, Ferrets.
Is that me?
Yes, you're Ferrets, yes.
Oh, hello, I'm Ferrets.
It's been one of those days, guys. Alright, so here we're going to discuss the Polaris because 2 out of 3 of us have a Polaris, and I'm the one that doesn't. But these other 2 obviously do own a Polaris, and obviously they have a lot to say when it comes to the Polaris coming in 3.23. So we'll start with you, Ferrets. What are your thoughts on the Polaris? And do you think it's going to be flyby? Do you think it's going to be in-game? Or do you think it's going to be both for 3.23?
I think it's only just going to be a flyby, but I could be wrong.
Right. John, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's going to be in-game? Or do you think it's going to be flyby? Or do you think it's going to be both?
I'm going to lean towards it's going to be a flyby for Invictus, just because I don't think it's quite done yet, from what I've read.
Now,
but
they do
it's very close.
Yeah, and they do have just under 2 weeks to get it done too, right?
I guess, but you don't want to it's not. This is a ship you don't want to rush out.
True.
You know, it's like even if they overshoot Invictus, you could still put in a 3.23 X patch. You know?
So we actually mentioned that in the previous take that we just actually I said to them that might be coming out in an X patch. So they might sell that, hype it up for the 3.23, and then the 3.23.1 or 0.2 patch might be the launch of the Polaris. Why? So obviously with CIG, they have turned around and they have said that it is going to be doing a flyby at Invictus Week. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not also going to be available at Invictus Week. They might be misleading people a little bit here because they want to surprise people. The reason why I suggest it might be available to fly at 3.23 or Invictus Week is because of the fact that RSI is the first day. So the very first ship or the very first ship manufacturer that is going to be up for sale is literally the ship company that makes the Polaris. Now, maybe they're doing that because at the end of the day, they don't want people to try and steal the ship or data mine the ship before it's released. But then if it's doing flybys, then the information is going to be there anyway. So, you know, it doesn't really make any sense why they would have RSI on the first day unless they're doing something special, like, for example, maybe the ship will be available or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But I don't know. Something big is obviously going to be happening, and obviously this year, as you guys have constantly seen with the screen that's running at the moment, it is massively Polaris focused. If they do have the Polaris in game, am I expecting to hear happy ferret noises from 2 out of 3 people?
Yep.
Probably.
You going to give me a tour of the Polaris, you guys?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
We'll be able to do a video on the shipping. If it's not in game and it's just doing flybys, Ferrets and John, how many times are you going to try and steal it?
None.
Oh, come on, Ferrets. Come on, bro. You're going to try and steal it. Come on.
How are you going to try to steal a ship that's constantly moving?
Well, the same reason why we're able to steal the other ships. You try and crash it on a planet or whatever?
No.
Well, I mean, we tried to steal the Idris and that thing was moving.
Yeah, so to steal the Idris, all they were doing was they were getting it to crash onto the planet and then getting aboard it that way.
Yeah. Well, have you guys, have you seen that Idris moving at, like, full tilt during that event? That was fucking terrifying.
It does move. Oh, yeah, she moves. I I've also noticed that there seems to be like I'm not sure if it's new, but there seems to be some armor here that's on display that I haven't seen before. Also, it looks like there might be a skin for the F8. The F8 has sort of like a sort of reddish skin to it. I'm not sure.
Oh,
No.
that's been a thing for a while. That
Okay,
the
all
red
right.
F8
Yep.
skin, that's for a UE squadron,
Gotcha.
the Triple Eight squadron.
Yep, gotcha. So I wasn't sure if it was new or not, but yeah. But they have also this red armor as well that you see. It's in one of the shots as well.
Where?
It's actually pretty early on. It is there. 13 seconds in.
I mean, that's ADP heavy armor.
Yeah, but is that a new coloring?
That looks like Med Runner's colors to me.
Which would make sense because before that they do actually show like him, like with a med gun and stuff with the same armor. So maybe.
Yeah. Could just be them nodding to the Med Runners,
Okay.
giving them a nod.
Could be. All right. Apart from that, with the Polaris, look, obviously the ship itself looks absolutely beautiful. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Do you like it? What are your thoughts on the actual ship itself? We'll start with you. Start with you first. Sorry. Yep.
I can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be fun.
It's bigger than I thought it was. She's massive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like she's bigger than the Hammerhead.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
She is 2/3 the size of an Idris.
What are you gonna say, John?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've said it's grown to like 200 meters or close to it.
Yeah.
So, which makes sense considering, the Polaris is supposed to be replacing the Idris in service, supposedly.
Yep.
But-
Fertz was looking at it earlier, and how many torpedoes did you say it had? Was it 28?
28 size 10s
Yeah.
and 32 size 3
Fighter.
anti-fighter missiles.
Apart from that, guys, obviously when it comes to the Polaris, is there anything else that you guys are interested in talking about, or? Yeah.
I might be curious to see what fighters we can shove in the hangar bay.
That's true. It does have a hangar. How many hangars does it have?
Just one.
Yeah, just one.
And is that the one that's on the side or the one on the top?
Oh, it's on the top.
Because it looks like there's one on the side.
No,
That's the cargo bay.
Right.
Yeah, well, and there's supposed to be a side turret on this thing, which I don't see that. Maybe there's a part of the exterior that slides off to the side and the turret slides out that way. Maybe.
Not sure.
Because if you look at like 32 at the 32-second mark, I don't see. Like I said, unless there's some way like somewhere where a turret slides out, like it retracts back into the ship or something.
Yeah.
And there's like an armor panel that covers it up. I don't see where the side turret could be on there.
They might have moved it. Might be there might be somewhere else. They might have removed it or relocated it or something like that. Maybe.
Well, there was a turret there on the side of it at CitizenCon. And they showed it in the reconcept.
Yeah.
So
maybe it might be just like you say, it might be moved or something. It might be a panel or something covering it. Who knows? Apart from that, like I said, she looks absolutely fucking gorgeous. She's a gorgeous shirt. What do you think?
Yeah.
What are you guys thinking about price? Where do you think it's going to balloon to for price wise? Well, obviously it's going to go up.
yeah, probably 1,000 or 900 and something. Because I don't think they can. I think they actually have a cap on what they can do because of legalities with
So once it's over 1,000, you can't trade it as well. It's also the one thing as well, which is why the 890 jump was 950 originally.
It's probably gonna go up to that then.
Yeah. or 975. What do you think, Ferrets?
Like 850 or 950. Somewhere around there.
Right. Like I say, at the very least, it's a beautiful ship. So I'm looking forward to getting a tour of it, or at least flying around the Staten system. But if it doesn't come out in 3.23, we'll start with Ferrets. When do you think? Do you think they'll hold it for SitCon or IAE, or do you think it'll?
If it doesn't come out for Fleet Week, I feel like they're gonna hold it for CitizenCon.
What about you, John? What are your thoughts?
I don't think they're gonna hold it quite that long. It's probably gonna be a 3.23x patch or 4.0.
You reckon we might get it when we go to, might get it when we go to Pyro?
Yeah, I mean that would like that in Pyro in one patch, like people would freak the fuck out for that. And like I mean plus that would make one hell of a video for us though, is doing the Pyro jump in a Polaris.
Yeah, it might be also worthwhile taking it into Pyro because you're gonna have a whole bunch of pirates and stuff.
Yeah.
So it might be worthwhile doing that. Yeah, I don't think they're going to hold it until IAE Fleet Week. Sorry, because I think it's too long. We worked out before Fleet Week was about 5 months, and IAE is literally like 2 weeks away. You know, like it's from what we're hearing, the Polaris is almost done, if not will be done. I think they've only mentioned the fact it's flyby because they're not sure if it's going to make it. I would expect it to turn up. I would expect it to be.
Yeah, because like if the exterior is done, why not have it do a flyby? That's a pretty safe move. But if it does get done for Fleet Week, I think it'll be just in the nick of time.
Yeah. I imagine that if they have to, they'll probably even pull a couple of people off other ships to even possibly get the Polaris done.
Yeah, that's if they're not. Because like the trouble with that is like you might end up in a situation where people are tripping over each other working on it.
Maybe.
I'm not sure how that whole thing necessarily works in that regard, but
yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if that could end up being the case if they were to do that. But
apart from that, guys, anything else about the Polaris that we need to discuss?
I mean, the Polaris, like, the thing that's also like really exciting about this is it's gonna speed up the production of other RSI ships.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have the design language down. They're gonna have the assets. So, you know.
Yeah, it'll affect the Polaris. Sorry, not Polaris. The Pegasus, I think it is.
Perseus.
Perseus, sorry.
And Galaxy.
And the Galaxy, yeah. So I would say if we get the Polaris for here, we might even get the Galaxy at maybe 4.0 or maybe the 4.1 patch at the end of the year.
I think we might get for IE.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That or CitizenCon, like, because that's a ship that a lot of people bought. Like the Galaxy's a very popular ship.
Oh yeah, I have one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know the I don't know how popular the Perseus is, but that's gonna be a very solid ship that I think a lot of people are gonna like.
Both of you guys, do you guys have the Galaxy as well?
I do, yeah.
I do not.
No, right.
Ooh.
That's right. Well, to be honest, he has a Polaris and I don't. So we're just basically trading ships at this point, right?
Yeah. And they're doing a medical Ursa rover, which I think that'll pair very nicely with the Galaxy with a medical module.
Is that confirmed?
they haven't confirmed a medical Ursa, although if you look in the trailer, that's what the Ursa in the background looks like to me.
What time? What time's that?
Let me look. Look at 012. That doesn't look like any Ursa we have in the game.
Alright, so the Ursa... Right, I've got guys fighting. One guy fighting. One guy doing
Let
red.
it go another, like, half second or so.
Yeah. Right, where the armor is, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there does seem to be, like, what's that white thing on the side of it there? See that white drum that's on the inside of the Ursa?
That could be, like, medical supply
Could be.
thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, that looks a lot like the interior of, like, a lot of other medical stuff where it's, like, that sterile white color.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if that's not a medical Ursa.
I would say it
Just
probably
because
is, yeah. I tell you what, if they sell a medical Ursa, I might have to buy that. Do you guys...
I will, too.
Yeah. I'm sick of doing bunker missions and fucking dying. Especially if you can... I don't know if you'll be able to respawn. I think they're sort of limiting the respawn to, like, the cities. But if you could at least go in there and do, like, get some sort of, like, med play and like, heal some sort of, like, wounds.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least. I don't know, what are your thoughts on the medical Ursa? Ferrets, you think yay, nay?
I might have to get one. I don't know.
Right, did you guys see the new ship that came out, the racer?
The Pulse?
Oh, yeah.
Pulse, yeah. Or as I like to call it, LTI token. I'm not sure. How much is the Pulse? I haven't even looked into it yet.
Well, it's not officially released yet, so...
Right, there's no price yet. Yeah. So, LTI token. But...
Yeah, we got a lot of ships coming in this patch, potentially.
So, they mentioned the other day, that there were 10 ships that they've done for engineering. That they're hoping to hit the 3.23 or 3.2X patch. I wasn't sure which one it was now. Yeah, so I imagine those ships will be things like, for example, ships that are in Squadron 42. So obviously the Gladius is already done. Obviously the C2 is already done. I would say it's probably things like, for example, the F7, probably the F8, probably, if not already. Maybe the Cutlass. I think the Cutlass is in the Squadron 42. So I know the Titan is also in the F8 in Squadron 42. So maybe the Titan as well. But anyway, apart from that, anything else before we want to jump off, guys? Regarding Invictus or Polaris or
No.
No, not really.
No. All right. You want to we'll do a separate video talking about the large cargo ship, Fez, if you want.
No.
No. Alright. Ferris and I earlier were having a discussion about the large cargo ships, and we have a disagreement over the viability of it. But anyway. Alright, apart from that, guys, obviously let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think the Polaris is going to be flyable? Do you think it's going to be doing flybys? Or do you think it's going to be doing both? Let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, guys, obviously, if you have any thoughts or queries regarding the Invictus week, let us know in the comment section as well. Apart from that, we'll start with John. John, you want to say bye and give a wave?
Bye.
Ferrets?
I still think we need a large cargo ship, though.
We can do the video if you want.
No, it's like... It's almost 5 a.m.
No, not today. Not today.
God, gamers, let me go to sleep, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some other time, you twit.
Pussy.
Yeah, he just finished telling us he's got 2 days off, mind you, also, by the way. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy yourself. And, let us know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.